Fairy tales are supposed to teach you something. German fairy tales teach you not to play with fire. Japanese fairy tales not to play with occultism. The Devil Went Down to Georgia teaches you that Americans can beat evil spirits. Lemon Snickets, a series of unfortunate events, teaches you that adults are useless.
You're now listening to Novels Nirvana.
Alison, tell me, what's your favorite theater play?
Theater play?
Yeah,
Uh,
theater play. I said that.
I don't think I'm very into those. Like I'm gonna say Romeo and Juliet. Just
Oh,
very cliche.
classical.
Yeah, it's the only one I remember now at the top of my head.
Classicals are not cliche.
Mm-hmm.
They're just
Sure.
like the things you gotta watch just so when you have a drink with your friends, you can be like,
Uh-huh.
you can play the bourgeoisie and say, but yes, of course I've watched it. Yes.
Yeah, sure, sure,
Oh,
yeah.
that one book. Of course I
Mm-hmm.
read it. Oh, yes, the
Yeah.
physical copy.
Yeah, for real, for real. Okay, okay, yeah. Good. So I can play this Smart Alec.
Totally. Yeah. So, and again, the thing is that nowadays we have YouTube, so plenty of places that you can just watch that, right?
Mm-hmm.
No need for you to be in real attendance in a theater or
I mean, it's
like,
cool. I mean, it's cool. I like that. I just haven't been to many, I guess.
yeah, yeah. But like, imagine going to a real theater play like presentially and having something horrible like The Marvelous Marriage,
All right. I see your point. Okay.
right? And then witnessing a crime and being part of it, right? Because those people there,
Mm.
yeah, they kind of helped Count Olaf, right?
Got it. Okay. Yeah, for real. For real. Now I see where you're going. Now I see where you're going. Okay.
Oh, you're
You
kind of lost in the
really
beginning.
thought this through, didn't you? Huh?
I kind of had almost 3 weeks for that.
I see. I see. Guys, he's so excited today for this. Like, was biting his nails for this.
Oh, guys, you cannot believe books. Oh, man. We're back reading together, right? Uh,
Mm-hmm. Sure.
mm, Novels Nirvana is doing now a series of unfortunate events. Book one, The Bad Beginning, if you couldn't tell by the title. So let's talk about
Well,
that. Just general view, Alison.
mm-hmm. Mm.
How you like this book?
Um, I liked it uh a lot more than I expected to like it because I guess it was very dynamic.
Mm.
Yeah, the story was not dragged out at any point. So it was right to the point as I mean many juvenile stories are, but some are not. And I thought that maybe it wouldn't be as rich, but it was like the book surprised me at times. So I like that. I like to get thrown a curveball, especially when it comes to books. We like that.
I wish I could say about also many more books because currently I'm reading Quarup, which is a Brazilian book that is over 600 pages long.
Hmm.
Um, I hate that thing. Not only is it ginormous, but it's boring as heck. So there it is.
Hmm.
But thankfully, Lemon Snicket is a great writer. So you have all that dynamism in the book,
Yeah.
right? Um, you see, that's something I adore about all these characters and the plot itself. There is nothing there that is useless. Like no scene that is there for no reason,
Mm. Okay,
right?
but there's this one thing. Maybe
Mm.
it will get answered with time in the next few books. But those eyes, I see. Like I never got an answer to that.
Oh, but you shall.
Oh yeah.
You will.
Okay, okay. Coming from someone who read all the books, okay, I'll believe you.
Oh,
Hmm.
my fellow Series of Fortune Events lovers out there. This man will know something else about VFD. Yeah.
VFD.
Ah, yeah. Oh, that's precisely what the kid said. Oh,
Okay, okay. Now, oh gosh, it's making me curious. Ugh.
yeah. Well, so
Hmm.
characters, right? We have the main characters, of course, which are the Baudelaire children, right? We have
Hmm.
Klaus, Violet, and Sunny Baudelaire. which I love that I watched the Netflix series in French, and Sonya's name was Pristine. Like everyone else had the same name, but Sunny. What the hell? But
I don't know. Maybe it was too American to them.
uh, they already had
I
the
guess they wanted
last
something
name.
more European. I don't
They
know.
got the Baudelaire last name already. What else?
No, bro, they want the whole pie. Okay.
Sure, sure.
Yeah.
So, something about the kids that is fascinating is how they are drastically different from each other. This is
Mm-hmm.
not like a trio of bland kids. They
Mm-hmm.
have their own personality, their own traits, which I adore about it. I relate the most to Klaus,
Mm.
as one
Wow.
could guess,
Mm.
because he's like a passionate reader.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Bookworm, just like you.
I
Okay. That's interesting because I didn't think you would like. I mean, to me, Violet is the greatest one. I like her. Her. I like how she's passionate about making things, and he like because it's one thing to be intelligent and being a good reader, but being able to use intellectual abilities and turn them into things in real life.
Yeah, I mean, sure, but I mean that's you, right?
Mhm.
You're the one guy here who will do physical stuff. I'm just the
Sort of,
theorizer here.
sort of.
Nah, you do. I mean, like between the two of
Okay.
us, you're the only one who goes to the gym, for starters.
Oh yeah, guys, let's just start a campaign for Daniel to start going to the gym.
Oh,
He
please.
did, he indeed needs it for his
No,
own
no.
sake. If you guys want to have this pod for longer, you guys want to have him go to the gym, because I don't know what's gonna happen to this guy if he doesn't.
Now, listen. The fact that I had to get another chair for me because my big chair said that I was too heavy to sit on it, and I went to the snack bar and broke one of
Ooh,
them chairs. That means nothing. All
wait a
right.
minute, you broke a
I
chair snack bar, dude?
I it was hilarious. I just sat on it for a while. I was there having a 30 centimeter long sandwich. Beautiful thing. And
Mm.
then I just heard this crack.
Mm-hmm.
I looked
Wait,
down.
wait. Okay, you looked out. I thought it happened right now again.
It's just that I'm a good mimic, right?
Uh-huh. Okay.
I looked around and the snack bar owner, he was there looking at me like, ah, damn it. So, yeah, it was a bit embarrassing, but no way too much. You know
Mm-hmm.
how things go. Uh,
Least we didn't have to pay for the chair.
yeah, right.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, I wasn't the wrong partner there, right? They should have a more resistant chair.
Mm-hmm.
God
Sure,
damn.
sure, yeah.
Yeah, I should be ready for mammoth like me. But anyway, that was a little bit of a tangent. Sorry there, you guys. So I guess no one here relates to Sunny because no one's a biter.
uh, I mean, I know a few people who can wolf down things and everything, but no, not to that extent, I guess.
Yeah, sure. And then of course we have our main villain, Count Olaf. How do you like
Mm-hmm.
that guy? Nice fella, isn't he?
Uh, yeah, sure. So nice. So nice of a guy. How can you not love that character? Um, okay, Count Olaf was hmm, hard to make an opinion about him. I feel like I might be wrong. I might be wrong, but I feel like in this first book, well, we got 13, so I guess this is something that is going to happen down the line, but I feel like he hasn't been as much explored in terms of how can I point that out? Person I didn't how can I point that out again? We see a lot of the kids, but we don't see a lot of him because he's always like hiding in that tower. So we didn't see a lot of his personality and stuff like that. I mean, you see that he's a awful man, definitely an awful man, but other than that, nothing much. I mean, there's got to be a reason for him being so bad. There's always a history, right?
Oh, there is reason. Yeah, plenty of it.
Okay, I see. You know it all. All right. Okay. I guess the one thing that is gonna make this series of pod so fun is the fact that I don't know what's coming next, right?
Yes. And I do. That's so much fun for me. Because I've read the whole series already, and I watched the series and I watched the movie. And I guess that's what we have for
Hmm.
media.
Okay.
Of course,
Sorry. Go ahead.
yeah, I was just about to say that we also have like a spin-off series.
Mm-hmm.
It's all the wrong questions, but we're talking about that one later. Yeah.
Okay. But like, what's your take on the series? Like, was it faithful to the book?
It was the Netflix series was literally completely faithful to the book.
Mm.
I mean, down to the characters. Of course, there is one that I'm glad they didn't portray as accurately. That is the enormous person who looks neither a man nor a woman,
Uh,
because that one would be a bit controversial if you had that nowadays,
um,
especially if they were called the enormous person.
okay, got okay. It's the story, right?
Yeah, yeah, but
Yeah.
like they
Like,
did some changes and they still heard a lot of complaints. So
ooh,
imagine what would have happened if they hadn't.
okay, understand. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Well, how about
Yeah.
the other hench people? Huh? Because I love those guys, especially in the series.
Hmm. How so?
Right.
Wait a minute. Why would you?
Because in the series itself, Netflix series, they're
Huh.
so much fun,
Hmm.
you know. And later on, you get a whole lot of backstory from most of these guys,
Yeah,
right?
really?
Yeah. So in book one, you basically have like the hook-handed man,
Mm-hmm.
right? And the guy with a huge nose and warts all over his face, and the two women with powder white faces. So you got that, but later on we'll get more. So
Hmm.
don't worry, it's
Okay.
gonna be fun.
Yeah. The one with a hook for a hand, I guess he's the scariest one so far. But we haven't seen so we're gonna get a backstory to each one of them.
Most of them.
Mm, okay. I see now why you're so excited. This book has left no stone unturned. Uh,
No, surely
uh
not, mate.
okay.
Surely not.
Which one is your favorite then?
Let me see which one. I guess it would be the henchman with the unidentified gender in the Netflix series. But here on the books, I guess it's the powder white faces, the one women. Um, just because they are mysterious, they look like they don't like have a physical shape in the books.
Mm,
You know, actually, like their actions within the novels, like they look like a ghost
mm-hmm,
in the way that they act.
mm-hmm.
So that's pretty interesting. The Netflix series is just like a pair of old ladies, but here in the books they're much more sinister and bizarre. So I guess that's what I'm going for. And your favorite evil person,
Favorite evil person.
which really strange question to ask, but this is a series of unfortunate events. I must ask some really odd questions.
Yeah. Some kind of sometimes unfortunate questions. So let me get the book and head over to the night where they have dinner, you know,
Ooh, yeah, and you see like a vast collection
for
of
real.
strange folks. Yeah.
Yeah. That was when it dawned on me like how awful of a person you gotta be to have all of your friends being so awful. I mean, damn, this guy like because I remember like I think when I was a kid, I watched the series of unfortunate events, like not the Netflix series, but
The movie.
sort of a movie that they made back in the days. But I can barely remember stuff from that time. I can barely remember. But I remember that once in a while we would see it on TV, it would be streamed. Uh,
Did you
so
like the movie?
I remember liking it. I remember it was fun. I remember it was fun. Uh, but I I don't remember being very remarked by it as by reading the book. The reading the book was much better because I guess I got a lot of details and also the way that it was told, very nice. Uh,
Yeah, and also because the movie just covered 3 books. I mean, there are 13 for a reason. As you have the whole story, you gotta have the full series. I still
yeah,
don't get it why they just did 3, but
three.
and why Jim Carrey was acting the way he was. But I have digressed. Sorry, you were saying.
Well, no, yeah, but that's one interesting thing, because from what I remembered, I think I had a almost faint memory of Count Olaf acting like a good person. So when the night at dinner, I thought to myself, wait a minute. So maybe it's not as I remember. Maybe he was always this awful person from beginning to end. Or maybe the memory that I had is that one morning when he's acting so well, giving kids a good morning meal, actually, their first good breakfast in a long while. So yeah, that was the so I was reading it, expecting him to at some point he's gonna act like a decent person. No, he didn't. No, never, never. It's like the narrator says, like this is not a good story at all. Nothing happy is going is going to happen in here. So different.
Now, the narrator himself is always a character in a way, and he shall become even more of a character in the future. So, how do you like this guy, by the way? Lemon Snicket.
Who's this one? The narrator?
Yeah.
Ooh, we got even a name for him. Okay. I
Yeah.
because I was not introduced to him by a name in the first book, so you're having quite a lot of fun with that, right? Knowing all the events. Um, what can I say about that? Well, I think he might be my favorite character
Hmm.
because of the way he presents things, it's quite funny. It's quite funny. Uh, Not only for introducing the way he introduces words, but also the way that he starts saying like, "Oh, if you like happy good stories, like this is so you're reading the wrong book, dude. Like, get out of here." Uh, Also, in the end, I was very surprised because I was actually, in the end, the way the story developed, I think there was a lot of genius in here because let me see if I can get to that. Chapter 7, 8, 9. Well, we got 13, right? Because it's always 13, right? This number. They really like the number.
It's all 13, it's all his eyes, yeah.
Yeah. And I remember that I was growing happy with the end of the story. I was
Hmm.
finding, that's because this story was giving me a little bit of agony because it never got good for them, and I was like rooting for them. And then it was so cool, like in the end. But then it suddenly got so wrong. It suddenly got so wrong, bro. Like,
Yeah, but I mean, for you to be able to continue there for 13 books, you can never truly give him a happy ending up until the end question mark, right? Because I don't want you to actually have some big hopes for the ending of the series.
okay. But I mean, at some point, it's gotta I mean, even if it's in the last book, you gotta get happy, right?
Just
Right?
straws. So,
Oh, no. Right? Oh my God. Are you, bro? Nah, you can't be. No, no, no. I refuse to believe that.
okay, sure. Up to you, brother. Up to you.
Because like yeah, here I just found it. You see,
Mm.
like they send him to jail and everything. It's so happy, and it feel like the narrator says at this point in the story, I feel obliged to interrupt and give you one last warning. As I said in the very beginning, the book you are holding in your hands does not have a happy ending. It may appear now that Count Olaf will go to jail and that the three Baudelaire youngsters will live happily ever after with just a Strauss, but it is not. So I like the like the narrator did a good job in here. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. just to hype you up and then tell you, well, you know what? It's not what happened. Because as you hear many a time in this series, that's not how the story goes. Eh?
In the Netflix series though, the narrator appears right at the beginning, right? Like he
Yes.
shows up. I remember seeing a little piece of the first episode, but it was really a little piece because I was watching with someone else, and this person said like, "Ah, this seems kind of odd and weird. Let's change." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, okay."
Because it is.
It is odd. Yeah.
Yeah, every single aspect of this series is pretty strange, but I love it. Oh boy, do I love it. Yes.
Mm,
Anyways, we still have a few other characters here, right? Because we have Mr. Arthur Poe, the banker.
I
Yeah,
hate that guy.
a useless piece of garbage, that man is, eh?
Mm. I mean, bro, I do like how much I do hate that guy because he totally like many events could have been prevented if it wasn't for him being so nonchalant about many of the things the kids said. Uh, I feel ah, like the kids even got to the point of going to him and telling everything that was happening that Count Olaf was doing, and he even got to the point of telling Count Olaf everything that happened. So I was like, dang, this guy doesn't help at all. And the kids even lost hope to the point of not going to Justice Strauss, which if they did, would have been case solved.
You think
So
so? You truly think so?
I mean, I think she would listen to them. I think she would listen to them.
I mean, she would, but I mean, like, they did tell us something in the preparation of the Marvelous Marriage theater play. And she was like, oh no, I have to say exactly what is written here, as Count Olaf told me to.
Oh, but that was pretty much but it was not like they didn't say that something bad was gonna happen, right? They said like, oh, you just use your imagination, like, and she would like in respect to someone else who invited her to. I mean, that would as an I think a normal person would answer like that. I mean, wouldn't you? Would you rather use your imagination instead of doing what you were assigned to do?
Listen, I did
Not
my intro here and I
knowing,
did it.
not knowing, mind you, not knowing
Oh,
Count Olaf who he was.
fair enough. But I was about to say, I didn't do my intro word by word.
Yeah,
See?
that's weird. That's weird. Yeah, that's a con against her. Like saying word by word, like it's a real legal statement, right? She shouldn't have done it. She was so naive in a way.
Which is so icky to me that in the very first book, we get this man trying to marry a girl. I
Hmm.
mean, I get the feeling, right? Of course, I understand that he's evil, but trying to marry an adolescent in the very first book? Oh, this guy is disgusting.
Hmm.
He's gross in so many levels. God damn it.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah.
I don't like it. I don't
Yeah.
like it. So maybe that's why in the movie that was the last scene instead of the first one.
Wait a minute. In the movie, it was the last scene instead of the first one, but in the book,
Yeah.
it's not the first. Oh, you mean like, wait a minute. How is that told in the book, in the movie? They tell all the 13 book stories in one movie?
No, no, no. Just three. Just three. So they get the introduction to Count Olaf, and then he tries to, well, unalive him. Then they go straight to Uncle Montgomery, and then to Aunt Josephine. And well, after a few unfortunate events that happen to those people,
Mhm.
they come back to Count Olaf, and then he does the marvelous marriage. So,
Oh,
and then that's the end of the movie.
oh, oh, okay. That's so backward.
Mhm.
Mm, okay, I got
It's
it.
such
Uh,
poor storytelling.
okay, so as I haven't read the second book yet, which one do you like the most, the first or the second?
Oh, the second. The second
That's
is much more interesting, and especially because I don't know if you remember this, but there is a certain characteristic of Count Olaf after the first book that is recurring.
I guess I'll have to. Oh, the fact that he always shows up again.
Yeah, that's true, right? But it's not literally him like he himself.
Wait a minute, are you giving me spoilers in here? Are you like, oh, bro, like you're giving me
No,
spoilers?
I'm giving you riddles. I'm giving you a little bit of a riddle right there.
Yeah, but that riddle
Just-
means that he always shows up as a different person. That's what it is, right?
I mean, yeah, but spoilers to a pretty ancient series by now, so who's that really on, eh?
You see, such a spoiler you are.
Oh, that's lovely. That's just lovely.
Thank you for spoiling my story.
Yeah,
Th-
no worries.
Also, our audience, right? The ones who haven't read the whole series.
Sure. Guess we have to do a little bit of a spoilers alert, right? For freaking series of unfortunate events. Okay, but I won't tell any more details. I don't want to spoil your experience, your future
Mhm.
experience, of course.
Uh-huh.
Um, just Ross, this nice lady who lives next door and does nothing to help. Mm.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, well, she got some red flags, right? Now that you've mentioned, I remember that the kids, that scene when the kids say like, "Oh, we could do chores for you and everything." She got hints of the treatment they were getting at home. Yeah.
Yeah, and also like Arthur Poe also got that, but he was like, "Oh, the chores. Come on, kids should be doing chores around the house." I don't think that his kids do chores around the house. Just from the feeling I got from those boys,
Yeah, yeah. The
they're
house
just
was described as what? Uh,
filthy. That's what it was.
dang, dang. Yeah.
Like things were thrown around the floor. I mean, it wasn't as filthy as Count Olaf's Secret Tower, but
Uh-huh.
it's pretty disgusting, anyways.
Yeah.
So you want like some other people's kids to be doing stuff, but not your own. Hmm, something's wrong with you, my guy.
Very
It's not.
hypocritical.
Yeah, it did. And also, man, Justice Strauss, she has such a gorgeous library. Oh man.
Oh, so yeah, okay. So you wanted a library for yourself.
I mean, like I did have a library before the flood,
Oh, for real. For
and
real.
now I'm starting a library again. Now I have just 34 books. I used to have over 300. So
Over 300?
yeah, I counted once. So a little bit
And have you read
depressing.
them all?
No, I was in the process of reading them all.
Okay,
I
understand.
had read like most of them, not them all. So when I read that Klaus had read most of them, and he was trying to read them all, I was like, "Yeah, right there, buddy, right there."
Oh yeah, for real. For real. He's in his home library, right?
Yeah. And then he would wake up in the early morning, because his father would go there to his bedroom and go, "Hey there, boy! Oh, you got your book there, and your torch. How adorable! Ah, I want a life for me."
Yeah. Dang. Yeah, for real. That hits home.
Ah, terrifying, man. Terrifying. Well, so Count Olaf escapes in the end, because of course he does, in the most cartoonish fashion you could possibly imagine,
Mm.
right? Let's go down. He just gets with his troop in a black car, and they all go away. Preposterous.
Yeah. Yeah, that was very villain-like. That was so, but a bit cliche, but very villain-like. Yeah.
Yeah, but then again, like it's a pretty old. Let's not use ancient again. Series of books, so I guess they have the excuse for having cliches now and then, right?
Okay, yeah, yeah. To be
And
honest.
also everything here is cartoonish. I mean, the very premise of it, and
Yeah.
even the fact that he was about to be successfully married to an adolescent. Thank God, most of societies nowadays would not allow that. even in the conditions that he established.
Yeah, most. Yeah.
Yeah, and those that do, please bury yourself. Hmm? Yeah, that'd be lovely. Oh man, look at that! My cat, it just jumped on the keyboard.
That's what cats do. Yeah.
Indeed, indeed. Oh dear Lord. Okay, so we covered the characters, we covered the time. So, what do you expect from the future now that you have read book one?
Hmm. Let's see what I expect. That's quite
Vague?
well. Yeah, no, yeah, it can be quite vague since Mr. Poe insists on finding another relative of them,
Hmm.
instead of just giving them to just a straw to raise them. But anyways, what I'd liked for the second book is that these three little kids had a little bit of peace for some while, but it's a series of unfortunate events that happen, right? So I don't think I'm gonna see that happening.
Yeah. Where do you think you are? Out of curiosity, my man. Yeah, no. Sorry to inform you of this. It's my sad duty to inform you of that.
Uh-huh, uh-huh, uh-huh. See how sad you are.
Yeah, no, but but they do have fun along the way.
Mm-hmm.
Occasionally.
I'll try to. Occasionally. Occasionally.
Yeah, yeah. Well, they'll have like a 1 or 2 good days here and there.
In a year?
Yeah. Oh, actually, it is around that bracket of time. Yeah,
Mhm.
like the 13 books, they actually happen throughout this bracket of time. Kind of
Wow.
one, yeah.
Bro, that's one heck of a year, huh?
Yeah. Oh, do you think this year was being terrible to us?
Okay, okay. Out of the 13 books, which one is your favorite?
Oh, I believe it is the next one. It's gotta be the next one. Reptile
Mm.
Room. Yeah. Which also just happens to be my friend Larissa's favorite book. She also loves
What
the
was the name?
Wide
The first
Window.
one?
The next one, which is also the Reptile Room.
Mm.
Um, she also loves the other one, number three, that is the Wide Window. Have you noticed the alliteration in all the titles? Almost all of them.
No, no, not really.
I mean, it's like now it's just the bad beginning, right? So B and
Mm-hmm.
B, and then we have the reptile room, and then the wide window. It's
Oh,
always alliteration.
wow. S- Okay. No, I hadn't noticed that. Look
Yeah.
at
So
you. Quite the fan.
I was trying to think of what is the creative process behind this mind, this messed up mind of Daniel Handler, which is his which is his real name, by the way. And he's still alive. Just want to tell you that. So,
Is he
old
still
guys,
alive?
he is. Daniel Handler is still alive. He has.
We should invite him out for the last episode of on book 13, you know?
Sure. He'll totally
Yeah.
come, yeah.
Yeah. So, Daniel, if you're listening, please come over, dude. Don't be shy. We don't
Uh,
bite.
his, uh, yeah,
We're not
sure.
sunny.
Yeah, we're not the lacrimose lake leeches. You
Yeah.
get that later.
Yeah, I'll pretend. Yeah, exactly. I was here pretending I understood that. He, guys, he's really. You can see that he's really enjoying cooking me out here.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, I'm enjoying the fact that I have a knowledge that you shall soon have as well.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Uh, and you see, it's a win-win for me,
Uh.
like present me and future me. None for you, but it's a win-win for the two versions of me. Because currently I have the knowledge that you don't. And then future me will have shared knowledge, which is even more fun.
No, you're gonna have more knowledge because you will have read that what for the third time, maybe?
Yeah, around there, yeah.
Dang. You do like the series.
I love it.
Okay.
It's just so well constructed, so incredibly well constructed. You know,
Mm.
that's why I love it. And for the outro, of course, I'll do the addition of this video and audio later. But something I want to tell you: you ever heard of the Gothic Arches?
No.
So they're a band. They were hired because when the books were published, there was like this version that came exclusively with the songs
Mm-hmm.
that were loosely made for each book. So there are songs for each one of these novels. And
Okay.
yeah, and some of them match, some don't at all. So my sad duty in the editing booth will be trying to make this make sense by combining the sound, like the song to the right book and make it have some kind of meaning in the end.
Okay. You got quite the mission.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
shall be doing that.
Yeah.
So the first one is Scream and Run Away, which is the one for book one.
Scream and run away. All right.
I'll send it to you later so that you can listen to it.
It's weird in a way that people would want to read a story that is so unfortunate.
Yeah, I remember Daniel Handler saying that in an interview that he got this idea because he was thinking of medicaments, and he said, "Well, they always come with like side effects. Let me apply that to my books." And that's
Okay.
just hilarious. You know, as a writer myself, one that will never be known because this guy is gigantic. I'm just like a local guy. Wow, you really thought that was a good idea. And guess what? It freaking was. Who would have thought? If I suggest that to my editor, he will behead me. Okay? So
Gotcha.
amazing. That's amazing.
Speaking of your editor, do you have another book coming?
I do, especially because I told you about that short story of mine that was recently approved, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's coming out in November. Oh man, fantastic! I have sent it to you, by the way, right? I know you haven't read it yet because you were busy reading book one, The Bad Beginning. So, but to almost everyone out there, I just wanted to know that it's a pretty short story. It's literally like what, 4 pages long.
I'm
Right?
reading it right now. Okay, right after this recording.
I thought you had already put it out. Like, okay, I'm reading it live on the channel.
Yeah, I'm telling the story right now.
Bones by Daniel Rodriguez.
Yeah, we should have we should have a mini episode on that, since there is a version in English, right?
Yeah, but we gotta do the whole series of Emergent Events first, right?
Sure thing.
Which, since we're doing one every 2 weeks, no check.
No, I mean we can do it. We can do it one more maybe next week. I thought it would take me longer because of the recordings on social media, but I think I can manage.
Oh yeah, right, guys. Let me plug in something else here. You see this guy here? He's quite famous. Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
would you guess it?
Oh yeah, sure, guys. I'm a pop star. You should
Yeah.
I'll have you guys know that.
Oh, you think Demi Lovato is famous? Ah, she's got nothing on this man. Yeah, doesn't hold a candle. Right?
No,
Oh.
no. She wants my autograph. She calls me all the time. So annoying. Please, Demi, stop calling me, please. Hey.
How much you want to bet we'll get sued?
I stand no chance in court against her.
I'll be crying in the corner. What you mean standing on? But anyways, so yeah, Allison here, he's an English teacher, much like me, but he has enough courage to go over there and record videos by himself. I was saying, hey guys, and I have a nice English course. Come to me, and I shall save you.
It's not, yeah, but it's not like our audience will want to like.
Well, I mean, there are folks
they're
who
mostly
are,
Americans.
yeah, but there are folks out there who are like, the countries, they speak a little bit of English, but they want to speak more fluently.
Sure. So you guys know
Right.
who to call. Daniel here is your guy.
And because of some arrangements of yours, I have now a student who was Brazilian but currently lives in the US, which is pretty funky. So, I mean, there might be other cases of the
Mhm.
exact same scenario, right?
Who knows?
Yeah, just saying. Just saying. So, any final thoughts on The Bad Beginning, book one?
Um, I'll say no. Actually, that for me, this was it. I think I'm actually you got me curious right there, and I'm
Mm.
dying to read book two now. I'm actually interested in the story, especially after listening to the story to this. Sorry, so to the song. I just want to read and finish the second book and then listen to the second song.
To the reptile room.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, that must be one of my favorite songs in the whole collection. My very favorite one ever is A Million Mushrooms,
Mm.
which is for a much later book in the collection, because it paints this depressing scene, which is, I mean, this one also, they all do. I just realized that. You know what? Never mind. There's just one that comes out of nowhere that is like a walking my gargoyle. So it's this guy who owns a gargoyle and walks it around like as if it were a pet, and that's related to no book at all. So it's the gothic artist just going like, you know what? I'm gonna write a song for my own pleasure. This guy has a gargoyle. Like,
Why not?
why not? Why the hell not? And then they end the album with "We Are the Gothic Artists." That's the
Mhm.
name of the song.
Wait, that was how? Like that was really okay. I thought there was something more. I don't know because they're the gothic archers, like
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And for this song, it's impressive how many rhymes then they can insert in the main body of the song. But then
mhm.
for the chorus, it's just run, 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 run.
Or die, die, die,
Die,
die,
die,
die.
die. So ridiculous, but so much fun,
So,
right? Which is
calling
kind of
someone
this.
else's song ridiculous is
No,
wild. Oh,
someone will
dang.
call.
We got
Listen,
bro calling people's songs ridiculous before GTA 6. Uh,
brain rot. Seriously, in this channel.
sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I mean, we
Why
got we gotta
not?
we gotta reach Gen Z, right?
Yeah, this will be talk about books, sure.
Wow, that was
No, no,
okay. My Gen Z fans, I know you're out there. I know there are Gen Z bookworms. Call him out. Call him out
no.
in the comments.
I know there are a
Show
few
yourselves up.
precious gems out there. So much so that
Wow, the way you say a few. Wow. Okay.
just the other day, my mom was in the hospital.
Mm.
Right? Did I tell you that my mom went to the hospital recently?
No, you didn't.
Okay, so you see, by the doorstep there was a frog. My mom got so scared by it that she tumbled back, fell, and got so hurt, so badly hurt that she had to go to the hospital to get an X-ray done. And now she's using a walker to move around the house. So
No way. Did she
yeah,
fracture a bone?
she did not, thankfully, but she hurt her muscles when she fell.
Ah, got it.
So yeah, so it was so terrifying. And these last days, because there are two houses in the yard here. So this one is mine, the office, and I have been doing every single thing on both houses for the last week because she couldn't do anything. But anyways, I have once again gone for a tangent. What was I telling you before?
It was, I guess we were having final thoughts on the
Oh,
book.
no, okay, okay. So the reason is she went to the hospital and there was a guy reading because there was a small library
Mm.
in the hospital. And he's a guy like much younger than you and me. So fascinating, absolutely fascinating. Like I want all of the current generations and the future ones as well to read much more than we did even. But I mean, much like this series, it's a bit of a bleak future that we are having ahead of us. Because even with like the phenomena of audiobooks and PDF files and EPUBs, it's not like people are reading more. They're not.
Hmm.
And currently, you don't have those gigantic writers that you had back in the day, like Stephen King and Agatha Christie. Celebs nowadays are actors and some other kind of artists. So it's pretty depressing, present and the future.
Very fitting that we end in such a depressing way, talking such a unfortunate series of books.
Indeed. So, but just for a little bit of hope, you folks out there, I know like books, otherwise you wouldn't be here listening to these two morons talking about this fantastic series.
Thank you.
So, very right. So, please go read something. Find yourself a nice book, cozy little
Yeah.
book. Um,
Yeah,
I
just
myself,
just
yeah,
don't just listen to two morons. Daniel stated.
yeah, go read a book. You have a good time. You would say that this is a fitting book for people who are not quite as interested in reading to start having this habit.
Come again?
Like, if someone is not as interested in books, you think this is a good collection for them to start developing this habit?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, definitely. I feel like for take me for instance, right? I love reading, but I feel like at times I don't set the time actually. I do have the time, but I don't set it apart. But reading
Mm.
as I procrastinated with the book and then I got myself against the wall because I was like, "Oh my God, is today recording day?" And I remember this happened with last week. So I had read, I think 2 or 3 chapters of the book so that far, and then I read the all the other 11 or 10 chapters in one day. Guys, so if I did it and I'm a busy person, I work and everything, you can do it too, Just go and read a chapter a day. You can read it in less than 2 weeks. Yeah, and really, the book is very dynamic story, not dragged out. You're gonna have fun with it. Is it gonna be happy? No, no, because it's a series of unfortunate events, but fun, unfortunate events, I guess. And the book keeps you rooting for them, so you always
I
want.
mean, no one has died yet, right? So, but the
Thank you.
Baudelaire parents.
Oh yeah.
Oh, always forget
Yikes.
about those guys.
Okay. I guess that was a bit of a spoiler alert, guys. So but I
The
might be
parents
the.
have perished in a terrible fire. Perish here means dying. Like
You
Mr. Paul. Okay, that was a good one, Mr. Paul.
that was brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Uh,
Everything else you said and did in this book was crappy, but that one.
yeah.
And I love that on that one scene, it says that Violet was ready to throw a rock at him.
Hmm?
It says that on that scene that Violet was ready to throw a rock at him
Ah,
because
yeah,
it
yeah,
was
yeah,
just
yeah.
it was just this figure in the fog, and then she realized it was him, and she goes, "Oh, all right, sorry."
But she was still holding that in her
Yeah,
hand.
yeah,
Ju-
but
ju-
perhaps.
you know, just in
And after the
case.
first book, I bet she was like, "You know what? I should have done."
Wait, she says that in the second book?
No, no, no. I'm just thinking.
Ah, okay.
No, I forgot to say, no, no. She's a good girl. She's a
Hmm.
pretty nice lady.
I'll see
Quite
about that in
polite.
the next few books.
Oh, you shall. You shall. She's nice. I guarantee
Uh-huh.
you. Yeah, they're all pretty nice children. Hmm?
I hope so.
But of course, sometimes, even though you're a good person, as to achieve a good goal, you must do something slightly less good.
Mm,
It's just natural,
mm.
right?
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no. Okay, I think we should stop recording before you give me any other spoilers,
And
bro. Bros.
I won't be giving you any spoilers. Come on. Come on.
Okay.
I'm against
Uh
spoilers, totally against them.
you don't shoot. care. Don't you
Yeah,
care? How
you
dare
know.
you, guys? Just so you know, I'm a big fan of the Divergent series. If you guys know it, you guys must have seen there is one episode of Divergent in our pod. If it's not getting deleted, maybe I don't know. Maybe we're re-recording that. I don't know. But anyways, this guy right here, Daniel, I had read the first of the out of the four books, and he has given me the biggest spoiler in the whole series. That's
Yeah,
crazy. He just
because
came straight out and said to me, "Oh, it's so bad that so and so dies in the end." I'm like, "What?
yeah, because my boy,
What?
you had that collection for much longer than I
What?
did, and I read it twice.
What, bro?
Like,
You
so
don't
don't put it
do
on
that.
me.
You don't do that. You know, you don't do that. You don't do
Okay,
that to
but
people."
you know the lemon snicket literally does that, right? He tells you who's dying.
Okay, but that's along the story.
No, that's in the beginning. He starts the book saying, "Well, I got the sad duty of telling you that this person is about to perish in a horrible manner." So it ain't me doing that. It's Daniel Handler himself.
Okay, but that's part of the plot. Me knowing that so and so died was not part of the plot at all.
Okay, I apologize for everything I've spoiled for you in your
Finally,
life.
after a few years, he apologized, guys.
Okay,
I
I'm
guess I should be thankful,
sorry.
right, guys? Shouldn't
I'm
I?
sorry that because
Yeah.
of
Oh,
me
look, he's sorry, guys. He's
and
sorry.
my
Okay.
deeds, your life has been
Uh,
terrible. Okay,
uh,
I'm sorry for what happened to your mother, but listen,
my
I won't do
mother.
it again. Listeners out there, thank you for listening to this week's Novels Nirvana. We're
Should just kill
doing
you.
the whole series of unfortunate events, but please do give us
Wish there was
suggestions
a
as
real
well.
Count Olaf that I could hire. Okay. Keep on going.
I mean, there are
Mm.
kind of. There is a tiny little sandy neighborhood in our town where you can find some of those actually.
Uh, that
Assassins living in filthy
I should
houses.
just cut
Yeah.
it out, right, guys? I should just cut him out. Okay. Keep on, keep on.
Well, thank you so much, you guys. Tell us what to do next, and we shall be reading them eventually. Because I got some pretty good suggestions for you as well after we're done with the function events. But I guess we're doing yours first, just for your own happiness, right? So let me guess. Anne from Green Gables?
No, no. I
No?
mean, is it what considered juvenile?
I believe so. Yeah.
Maybe it's gonna be easier to read than going to because I'd rather go for Divergent I'd like to have some closure to that, even though
Oh,
I know how the story ends, right? Thanks to someone. Uh, but I'd like to have some closure. Wait a minute. Maybe I should go for Anne of Green Gables. But bro, but they're like 8 books.
okay. You want to do that one that you told me
Maybe
about
we could
the.
read the first three and then go to another one and then get. I don't know. We'll see in the future. We'll see.
Okay,
When we
sure.
finish a series of unfortunate events, I'll see about that.
Yeah, if you can't decide, we can just like put the book's names on a wheel and spin it and get an answer. All right. Let
Okay.
chaos decide.
Sure. Why not?
Yeah, we can always do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So, folks, thank you so much for listening to this ranting on one single book. We managed to do that for what, 1 hour? Brilliant. So, I believe we'll be back in like maybe 2 weeks with a reptile room. No, read it. You can still buy them. They're not too expensive. I'd tell you to pirate them, but I can't. So go actually buy the full thing. Oh. And we'll see you next time.
See ya.